Hi everyone, Jessica here again. So today I was going to film a video for you on all of my E.L.F. brushes. I'm going to give you the general price range of these brushes and what I think of them. So we're going to start with the $1 line. This is the Essentials line on the Eyes, Lips, Face website. And I have a few brushes from them, one face brush and 4 different types of eye brushes. The first brush is the smudge brush. I have 3 of these and I use these brushes a lot. You will see them in tutorials. They are just your typical flat shader brush. They look like that. You can see they have E.L.F. Eyes, Lips, Face smudge brush written right on them. These are great brushes for beginners. Now with these brushes I have not had a problem with the ferrule here detaching from the handle. I do know that quite a few people can have this issue with the E.L.F. brushes. I have not had a problem with these ones, and I think they are great everyday shader brushes to pack color onto the lid there, or even up into the brow bone area. Definitely a good thing to have in your collection. They're only $1. If you want to go check them out, go check them out. You know, for $1 they are not bad. Now I get all my E.L.F. products and brushes from the Eyes, Lips, Face website. And I do know that they are occasionally sold at Target. I live in Canada right now. I don't have a Target anywhere near me, and Target stores are just beginning to open up in Canada. I will be moving back to Wisconsin in about a month and a half, and I will definitely let you guys know if the Target there does have E.L.F. products and if these products are found there. Now the next brush I have from them is a very similar looking brush, and this is a professional eyeshadow brush. It looks like that. Now in comparison, the brush bristles on the smudge brush, which is here, are much shorter than the eyeshadow brush. Now the other difference, if you can see, the eyeshadow brush, which is here, versus the smudge brush, is much more domed. The smudge brush is much more blunt cut. The other difference, which you can see at the bottom here, is there's about an inch difference in the handle height. Now I do only have one of these. Again, no problem with the ferrule separating from the handle. I think this is a really nice brush to have. I like that all the brushes within the Essentials line have the same color design. I will say one thing I do notice is they do get quite dirty, and it's very difficult to get off the handle. With this professional eyeshadow brush, again, it's your great everyday brush for packing color onto the lid, things of that nature. It is a shorter handle, and I do prefer the smudge brush because the handle's longer, and the brush isn't necessarily, it's not as flimsy. Like you can see here, this is the smudge brush, and this is the shadow brush. It's kind of flimsy. As far as density on both of these brushes, if I push this to the side, you can see that little opening. They're pretty dense, but not too dense, and you don't want your eyeshadow brushes to be too dense. You want some flexibility there because you don't want to be tugging against the eye. Now the next brush I have is the defining eye brush. It looks like this. It's angled. This brush is not densely packed at all. Very soft, as all these brushes I've mentioned are. They're very, very soft, and that's even after washing these. I've washed these brushes quite a few times. I use the daily brush cleanser on them, and they have remained soft. Now this brush again has that longer handle, and again has not separated from the ferrule, but I can say this is my second brush like this, and I got a replacement, which is this one here, because the first one I got, after about a month, separated from the ferrule. Now, I can't necessarily blame E.L.F. on that. In this situation, I know how to wash my brushes. You guys, when you're washing your brushes like this and then leave them down, tipping them up while the bristles are still wet will cause water to run down into the ferrule, and that will affect the glue or whatever type of adhesive they use between the handle and the ferrule inside the brush, and that's what causes that separation. It's not necessarily the company's fault. Just make sure you're washing your brushes properly. If you want to see a video on that, guys, let me know. I'll try to get one up. Now the next and last eye brush I have is the blending eye brush. This brush is soft. Again, no problems with separation. It tapers a bit at the top, but guys, look at that gap. This brush, not densely packed at all. It's not a bad blending brush. I think it's better for putting color into the crease. I do like this brush a lot. I use it quite often. And with this brush, just know, guys, that it's not very densely packed when you get it. That's what you want to know. You kind of want blending brushes to be densely packed at the bottom and flare out at the top, so you get that nice fluffy sensation. This is definitely not fluffy. I think this is a better brush, but like I said, applying color into the crease, not necessarily blending it out, but packing it in. And the last Essentials line brush that I have is a face brush. It is my bronzing brush. If you guys watch my tutorials, my face videos, my getting ready with me videos, you know I use this brush every single day. It is an angled brush like this. As you can see, again, no problems with separation. Now, there is one flaw I've had with this brush. I still wash it to this day and it still bleeds. It is red colored bristles and it bleeds red in the sink. Now, it's not going to affect how it applies the product to your face. It's a soft brush, it feels great, but it bleeds. And you need to know that if you're going to buy it, because I can tell you right now, you're going to bring it home or get it in the mail and you're going to go to wash it before you use it and you're going to be like, holy crud, what is on my brush? It's red in the sink. It's nothing wrong with the brush. The bristles are just dyed and it bleeds. It's not a big deal, but it is something you need to be aware of when considering it. Now, Sigma makes a brush similar to this. I don't remember what number it is. I'll insert it as like a little annotation. But I like this brush. It does a great job. I have my contour in here and I just blend it like that. Again, this actually is pretty densely packed. It just splays out at the top, which is what you want because it blends it better. Now, I have one more Essential line product. It is not a brush, rather it is the E.L.F. Professional Tweezer. I love this tweezer. I have one, my boyfriend has one, I think my mom has one. This is my favorite tweezer ever. It's got the angle to it, it's got these little grips for your fingers, which are actually really nice. I didn't think I would care or use them, but I do. That's where I pull. I use this to tweeze my brows. I absolutely love this tweezer. It's $1. I think it's a great value. You know, it's not 20 bucks for tweezer, which I can never understand unless it's a specialty type tweezer, but for just a regular tweezer, E.L.F. makes a great one, guys. Now, on to the Studio line brushes. These brushes are almost all $3 outside of the Kabuki brush, which I believe is $8. I want to say it's $8, guys. If it's not $8, it's $5. Now, I don't have any duplicates of these brushes because I got them in the kit, the 11-piece kit. It comes in a case like this. I have other brushes in here right now. Little pockets. I use this to store my everyday brushes. I like it quite a lot. I think it's a good kit. It's great for traveling because it's really thin, you guys, and it stays about that thin. It's waterproof. The inside is this kind of material, so it wipes off with like a paper towel really easily. And this is pretty much what I got. So the first one is the small smudge brush, and I'm sorry guys, some of these brushes are dirty. This brush I use to apply my gel liner, either in the tight line, waterline, or across the lids. I think it's a great brush. It's pretty small, tapers to a little bit of a point. Not the best for doing winged eyeliner, but it is great for the way I do my eyeliner. I like this brush a lot. Very soft, pretty stiff, which I think is good. You don't want your eyeliner brush like all over the place. Now, the next brush is the small precision brush. It looks like this. And I originally thought in the kit that these would be really similar. They are similar, but the small precision brush is a lot bigger than the small smudge brush. So what I use the small precision brush for is more detailed work, such as creating a cut crease or smudging out shadow underneath at the lower lash line. I do like this brush quite a bit. It's flexible but stiff at the same time, and again, no separation problems. Now the next brush, It's a small angled brush. Looks like this. You guys have seen this brush all the time. I use it every single day to apply my brow powder. I don't know what I did before I had this brush. I don't know what I did before I didn't fill in my brows. I feel naked now when I don't do it. This brush is super soft, a nice give, so it doesn't put too much color in one area. It's cut on a very nice angle in my opinion. I love this brush for doing my brows. I think it's marvelous. Next, I have the concealer brush, and I consider this an eye brush because it looks like a shadow brush. It looks like pack it on. I like more fluffy brushes. Like E.L.F just came out with a tapered concealer perfection something flawless brush like that. That's what I prefer more for concealer. I don't have that brush. It's in the studio line. It looks fabulous. This pack on color, this I use a lot to do when I'm applying glitter. It's not particularly a brush I care too much about, and that's because of this. So you guys, there's like, I don't even understand this. There's like no glue even on the handle part that's tucked into the ferrule. I don't know how it stayed together for as long as it did, but it's separated. And yes, you can glue it back together. I haven't. Like, it's stable. It doesn't fall off if I wave it around. But that is a downer with this. And I find it very interesting too, because with the Essentials line, which are cheaper, they are only $1. I haven't had any problems with the brushes I have now, but with the Studio line, I have had an issue with more than just this brush too. And the next brush I have is the eyeshadow C brush. It looks like this. Okay, I wanted this brush so bad for like a year, and then I finally bought this kit, and I got this brush, and I went, oh my word, what is everybody on YouTube talking about? They say great brush for packing on color, great brush. This brush is ginormous. Look at this. It's huge. Look at that. It's gigantic, you guys. This is what I like for applying my... Look at the difference. Yes, it's a really great brush. It's really soft. It's really dense. I have never used it once to pack on color onto my lid in my life. I used it every day for the same purpose. Underneath the brow. One sweep and you're done. And it blends and it's nice. But it is not a shader brush. It's freaking ginormous. Look at that. It's huge. It's a good brush. And even the handle is like 10 times bigger than this. It's so freaking... It's not a bad brush, you guys. I feel like it's overhyped. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like it's overhyped. I bought into the hype. I got the brush. I do one thing with the brush. Because it's too big for my... Like, it's huge for the eyeballs. I'm sure you could pack on color with it and it would look nice. But there are other brushes I prefer over the eyeshadow C brush. Now the next brush is the contour brush. And this brush is very similar to this brush. However, much more densely packed. Which is good, and especially for more money. So it looks like this. I use this to blend colors into my crease and apply them into my crease. I love this brush for that purpose. All these brushes, guys, super soft. And the studio brushes, just throw the brush across the room, are better to me because they're all black. The bristles are black. The handles are black, ferrules are black. It's just a very chic looking professional brush. Now onto face brushes. I have 5 face brushes from them. I had 6. The other one was a paddle angled foundation brush. I don't know what happened to it. I know it's separated from the handle, but I don't use paddle foundation brushes much. I prefer flat top brushes or sponges or my beauty blender. So the first brush I have is the blush brush. Looks like this. Now for me, this brush, too small for blush. I don't like it for that. But for my highlight, this brush was perfect. I use it almost every day for my highlight. I like it quite a bit. It's so soft, you guys. It's, as you can see here, it tapers in. It almost looks like it makes like a diamond shape there. Great brush to have in your collection, and no problem separation with this one. The next one I have is my stipple brush. This brush did not come in the 11-piece kit. I bought this brush separately. Again, it is $3. These are also known as skunk brushes. It's not too densely packed, and there's not a huge amount of differentiation between the outer brushes and the inner white brushes. Sorry guys, I'm just grabbing this one. This is my other skunk brush. This I bought at Walmart. As you can see, this is much bigger, and there's more outer bristles. Like, you can clearly see the edge. I like this brush. It's dirty right now, but I use this for blush. I think it puts just the right amount on. It blends it out right away. You're not worrying about applying too much to your skin, which is never something you want. You don't want that 80s blush that's like all the way up to your temples. Now the next one I have is the complexion brush, and this is just a regular powder brush, a really soft brush. Good size. I don't use this brush often because I prefer using their kabuki brush to apply my powder. However, this would be a great powder brush. I've used it for powder. It's super soft. Again, that nice chic look. No separation there, guys. Next brush I have. I used this brush to death, and that is probably why this happened. There's, I mean, a decent amount of glue on there, but this brush can replace, well, can be used as a substitute for the F80. It's a flat top brush. It's called their powder brush. Can be used to apply powder, liquid foundation. It applies liquid foundation beautifully. Just blends it in, buffs it on. It's fantastic. It's a soft brush. It's densely packed. It's nice looking. I will be getting a replacement of this hopefully within the next couple months. I love this brush, guys. It's a great brush to have for $3. Please go get this. Go get 2 of them though, because I say it's great for liquid foundation and powder. Don't use the same product on the brush unless it's clean. You can't apply liquid foundation and then go dip it in your powder. Please don't do that. And the last one I have is my kabuki face brush, and this is like a rediscovered love. It's nice and soft, pretty dense. I just pack my powder on with this. I've been loving this brush, you guys. It's so soft. It's nice and poofy. Just put the powder on like that. Great brush. They have a body one too, which is taller. I do not have that one, but I hear good things. And the last one, I just have 4 brushes from the Minerals line from E.L.F. 3 are face brushes. I only have 1 eye brush, and that is the blending eye brush. I think this is the true blending brush compared to the other 2, which I showed you earlier, the contouring brush and the $1 professional blending brush. This is a blending brush. It's a little dirty right now, guys. This came in a kit, so it's like a mini. It's only that big. It's not very big, but it blends. Oh, blends beautifully. It's super soft. I will say with these though, dirt is going to show on the handle because it's bamboo. No separation problems, but dirt is going to show in the bristles because they're like this yellowy cream color. It's going to pick up dirt. The next one I have from them is the foundation brush. This is that paddle foundation brush I was talking about. This one's not angled like the Studio Line one. I don't use these brushes often, guys. I've used this brush maybe once or twice. It's not a bad brush. It's soft. It does its job. It's densely packed. It's not flimsy. It's a good brush. If you like these kind of brushes, go check it out. These brushes are all $5. And the next one I have came in that same kit with the blending brush. This is a complexion brush. That's what it looks like. This brush is fantastic for your makeup kit in your purse. Your makeup case in your purse needs this brush with powder because it applies it fantastically, and it's soft and it's small. It's not easy to fit a brush like this in your purse. It's a brush like this. Go with this, guys. So the last E.L.F. brush I have for you guys in the mineral section is the powder brush. This brush is fantastic, you guys. It's super soft. This is in comparison to the complexion brush from the Studio line. So Studio Minerals. The Minerals one is falling all over the floor. Is much softer. I like it a lot, except for the handle stains. Awful, because it's bamboo, so it's porous and it just attracts dirt. So one more thing I want to share with you guys about these brushes In the case of the Studio, and I believe the Mineral as well, most of them come with this. It's a little plastic thing. I use these when I wash my brushes for reshaping. You take the brush, slide it in, and it reshapes it. When you pull it out, you want to pull it out through the bottom. It shapes the brush back to its original form, and it's really nice. Certain brushes need these more than others, in my opinion, but it's a very useful tool for your face brushes. And normally it's only the face brushes that come with this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to ask me any questions about any of the brushes mentioned in this video. Also, let me know what your favorite E.L.F. brushes are, or your experiences with any of these brushes, any problems with separation from the ferrule, or what you use them to apply to your face. Again, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. I hope you're all having a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!